But if you close your eyes, hopefully Morgan dies. Welcome back to Fear the Walking Dead, Season 4, Episode 10. Last episode was the worst episode in the universe of The Walking Dead that we've seen. There's a lot of stuff out there like World Beyond and Tales of The Walking Dead that probably would surpass it. But here, we didn't have to wait long till we got one to surpass it, because this was worse. Undoubtedly, this was worse, right? At least last episode, you actually had like a whole host of characters. You pretty much had everyone, right? In this episode, it was Alicia and Charlie running about. It was crap. It's called Close Your Eyes, and by God, it sucked. Alicia goes into a house. Oh, gets all the bodies out. Oh, arranges them like the photos on the wall. Oh. And then, who interrupts her time? It's Charlie. Charlie runs up, hides in the upstairs bedroom. Oh, if you don't leave this house, I'm going to kill you. I don't want to kill you, but I'm going to have to kill you. She then's like, right, I'm going to leave then, Charlie. Tries to get in a car, knocks herself out the door. Charlie, who's what? Weighs about 70 pounds, has apparently dragged a fully grown fucking adult back into the house and put her on a couch. Come on. Who are we trying to kid here?
Yeah, who are we trying to kid? This episode was really boring. Just Alicia and Charlie in this house, and I don't get it. I mean, if Charlie was older, Alicia would have killed her, but I guess she doesn't kill her because she's a child, and like, I don't know how that really works. I'm not in a zombie apocalypse. I've not had anybody kill someone that I care about, therefore I haven't really had any interest in revenge, but it can't just be that simple. Surely if somebody does you wrong and kills your family, it's like, if they're 14, you'll let them live, but if they're what's an adult anyway, 18. So if they're 14, you let them live, but if they're 18, you kill them.
Exactly. Well, look, Charlie had a bit of makeup on here, and Alicia thought she was 18. Stan said she was 18.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, it just feels forced. Oh, we can't kill the kid, so we need to have Alicia. I mean, basically, Charlie's to blame for both Nick and Madison's death here.
Yeah, and Alicia just has to walk. No, but it sucked, man.
Yeah, I just don't understand it, because like, if Charlie was like older, she'd have been dead. But Alicia kind of like, I don't know, shows a little bit of sympathy.
The episode's that bad, we don't even need to check the Wikipedia page.
Yeah, so Charlie's got a gun. You think maybe she's going to shoot Alicia, but turns out she's keeping that gun for herself because she's not feeling too good. She's not happy about what she done to Nick. She's feeling suicidal. Alicia faints outside. Like you said, Charlie brings her in. Charlie saves her. Alicia then scolds Charlie, and it's like, you can never fix what you done. You can never bring back Nick. He treated you well. He liked you, and you betrayed him, and you killed him. You shot him. And then we get Charlie finally speaks, so she's been like mute, I think, for the past like episode and a half, but she finally speaks to Alicia. And then we get a little bit of bonding, I guess. The two of them have to work together to try and secure the house if walkers coming. I mean, we have like massive winds, right? You've got like thunderstorms. You have this wooden, what do you call those things that cover the windows? Like a wooden
window cover?
Call it a window cover. So you got this like big wooden window cover out in the porch that is constantly slamming against the window. So and it's making a loud noise. So Alicia and Charlie go out. They're trying to nail it so that it doesn't move. And then the walkers come, and Alicia goes, "Oh, we're making too much noise." How would nailing this bit of wood make a lot of noise, but the wood banging in the thunderstorm wouldn't attract the walkers?
Yeah, and it's like, can you not hear the noise that's going on outside with the wind alone? Forget about the house. I mean, see, when the wind is strong, you don't hear shit.
And also, I don't understand why the wind is blowing away walkers, but it's not doing the same to humans. I mean, maybe when you're dead, you're a little bit lighter.
Yeah, but we're talking about a kid here and a woman.
Yeah, it's like...
A woman.
I don't know why the walkers are getting blown away like they're plastic bags. But, like, the fucking humans are standing...
Like bag for lives?
The humans are standing their ground and not being affected. So, yeah, then Charlie asks where Alicia's from, California. Then
I go to the beach!
Talks about the beach, but Alicia kind of shuts her down. She doesn't want to talk. She's still pissed off that Charlie killed Nick. We then see Charlie going to commit suicide on top of the roof because Alicia says to her, doesn't matter how long you live, you will never be able to make up for what you've done. Alicia saves her, and the two continue to bond. Alicia then finds out that the gun indeed wasn't for her, that Charlie wasn't planning to kill her, that she was maybe going to kill herself. Then the storms outside got a little bit worse. Walkers managed to break in through the windows. Charlie and Alicia then go into the basement. We have this like avalanche kind of thing, and conveniently we get like a bunch of furniture falling down into the basement, and it just happens to block the passageway to the door that leads out of the basement. And then like water starts coming in, like water starts flooding into the basement out of nowhere. And we go from having like a little bit of water in there to basically Charlie and Alicia being submerged in the water. They're having to like stand on like these chairs so that they're, I mean, the water's like up to like chest area at least, maybe even like it's beginning to get to like neck, and they're basically accepting that they're going to die. And Charlie wants to kill herself because she tells a story about her family and how her mum and dad became walkers, and she doesn't want to end up like them. I guess a little bit sad for her. Alicia then points the gun at her, and it looks like Alicia's going to kill her. Now, she said she couldn't do it, but I guess she's going to do it here out of, I don't know, put her down, I guess. But then, magically, the walker that was upstairs, that was stuck on a branch that Charlie was going to let take a chunk out of her earlier, the branch snaps, the walker falls off, and it hits, like, the secret doors into the basement, and it manages to break the lock. And then Alicia and Charlie, who were moments away from getting drowned in the basement and committing suicide, they just magically swim over to the door and get out and climb out and then leave. It's like, holy shit. So just very, very forced here. You know, conveniently this walker happens to fall, happens to break the lock so that they can escape just seconds before they get submerged in the water. I mean, come on, are we supposed to believe this?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, oh, well, you didn't let it bite you, and it's God letting you know that here, I want you alive. The walker fell that way.
And then Charlie's like, oh, look, that walker broke the door. Then they get in the car and they leave the next day. They leave the bodies. They bury the bodies of the people that used to live in that house. Charlie's cleaned up the photos and they put them in a wee glass jar as if someone's going to come back looking for those people and find those photos. Chances of that happening? Absolutely no chance. Then they drive off, and I guess they're going back to try and meet up with Strand and Luciana. Alicia tells Charlie, close your eyes, and she tries to describe the beach. So, I mean, I guess Alicia here acting like the big caring sister. I mean, I guess she has to be a sister to Alicia, because I guess she has to be a sister to Charlie, because she can't be a sister to Nick anymore, because he's dead, because Charlie killed him. So, yeah, weird. We go into this episode with Alicia claiming she wants to kill her. We come out of this episode with Alicia almost, I don't know, taking Charlie under her wing, adopting her almost. So, weird dynamic here. We'll see what happens going forward, but it looks like Charlie and Alicia are this new duo. They look for Strand and Luciana, can't find them. They look for John and Naomi or Laura or June, whatever she calls herself these days, can't find them. And Charlie wants to look because she's good at looking for things, but Alicia says no, let's not. We ain't going to do that. They're gone. Even though in the last episode she was willing to travel 10 miles to try and help somebody that she didn't even know existed, this episode she isn't even willing to look for John and June. Just didn't make any sense to me. It's like, how can you be so hell-bent on doing the right thing? She claims she wants to be like her mother. You know, her whole story arc here is trying to be like Madison so that Madison lives on and doesn't die. Alicia, I guess, wants Madison to live on through her thoughts and emotions and what she's willing to do to help people. Yet right here, right now, she isn't even willing to look for John and June. That made no sense to me, but that was the end of the episode. I mean, I don't think it was that bad, to be honest. I thought last week's was worse.
Really?
I did, Charlie's like a new character. Yes, she's been in it, but I feel like this is the first episode where she's really had any sort of screen time. And, it was pretty much an Alicia episode, but give me an Alicia episode over a Morgan episode. So, yeah, you know what? I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, it certainly wasn't good, but it did remind me of some Walking Dead episodes where it was literally just like two characters.
What is the Walking Dead's fetish with that? No other show does it. Why do they think they've got characters, first of all, to carry episodes, let alone actually going ahead and doing it?
I think it's budget cuts. Like, I just can't. You think of all the top shows, though. Not many top shows that are considered the greatest of all time, would do this, and they would just have like one episode dedicated to two characters. You think of shows that we're currently watching, like Dexter, Game of Thrones. You think of Sons of Anarchy, Breaking Bad. None of the great shows tend to do that, but in the Walking Dead universe, they always have like these seasons, and they'll do it in like a full half of the season, where each episode will be dedicated to like one person or two people or a really small group. And I don't know if it's budget cuts or whether they think that genuinely creates good episodes, because you're getting something unique. You're getting an episode dedicated to one. And I get it, look, if you're a big fan of Alicia and Charlie, then you'll probably really like this. Well, listen, I'll say probably really like it. That's a overstatement. It wasn't that good. But, I think these episodes can definitely work in your favour if you're a big fan of a certain character and they get like an individual episode. But it also works against you if you have characters that you just do not care for and the whole episode is basically dedicated to them, then you're fucked. For example, we don't like Morgan. This show is basically turning into the Morgans and Friends show. And then you also think of The Walking Dead. Yeah, we had season 3, episode 11, I want to say, Clear. And that had Morgan in it, but it wasn't like a Morgan solo episode, because it was mainly... The episode is mainly about Rick and Carl and Michonne trying to find... what were they trying to find again? Supplies, guns. But I think he was actually not... I think he might have been looking for Morgan as well. But then you look at season 6, where they had the episode with Morgan, and it was just him and Eastman, and like, holy crap, that was so bad.
Yeah, but in the early days of The Walking Dead, it focused on the group. See, apart from the pilot, it was always on the group.
Yeah, look, I think this episode is flawed, but I think this entire season, I think this entire show is flawed. I'll get a 4 out of 10.
I'm giving it a 2 out of 10. I mean, I think it was worse than last week's. I'm still giving it the same rate. I think you have to reserve 1s and 0s for something that's truly god-awful. I just think it's so missable and boring that these first 2 episodes... If you had to rewatch one, what would you watch? Oh, I don't know.
I thought this episode I thought this episode was better.
Yeah, but we've got,
Well, no, the last episode was literally Morgan just going around every... Want to come with me to Alexandria? I mean, that was... Come on.
Yes, but...
At least we had a little bit of... we had a little bit of storytelling here and character development and... Charlie coming out of her fucking mute ways and accepting guilt for what she done to Nick, and then you seen her and Alicia begin to bond towards the end of the episode. There was definitely more for me in this episode than there was in the last one.
Fair enough, it's a 3 out of 10, right? But we've got like the Tesla sniffer Trevsjan too, right? Where this guy is just retarded, right? He gave this show an 8 out of 10 and then says like, oh, but there's half of the seasons where you can
skip.
And but you can see why. You can see why you can skip this.
Yeah, people are saying the second half of season 4 is unwatchable, and based on what we've seen in the first 2 episodes of it, you can certainly make that case. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's unwatchable. I would just say it's really not good.
Yeah,
it's not unwatchable to me, but we could be looking at a scenario where these 2 episodes that we've seen, episode 9 and 10, they could be the best 2 episodes of this second half.
I wouldn't be surprised. Scary to think of.
Yeah, like, it is what it is. Fear the Walking Dead, I don't think was ever going to be that highly thought of. I was never going to rate it as one of my best shows. Not anywhere close.
It's the worst show I've ever watched.
I think if it ended after season 3, you could say it was decent.
Aye. 5 out of 10, maybe.
Maybe, but the problem is, I just think Fear the Walking Dead is going to get worse and worse and worse. Now, people do rave on about season 6. Maybe season 6, right, will be better than season 4 and better than season 5. But is season 6 really going to be enough to make up for all the garbage that happens after
I just
season
can't
3?
see how this show gets better. You're going to be killing off people. And you're introducing jobbers.
Could argue, I don't see how it can get much worse though.
No, you could definitely argue
But guys,
that.
3 out of 10. Let us know your thoughts down below. Just close your eyes. Don't need to close your eyes. The episode's over. The review's over. 3 out of 10. We'll catch you in 4 times 11. We've had the Alicia Charlie episode. I mean, last week was technically a group episode, but it felt like a Morgan episode. I think 411 is actually a Morgan episode. I believe it's called Code. And
How do you know?
because we seen it when that finished there.
Oh,
I believe
yeah.
it's called Code, and the image, the thumbnail for the episode is just Morgan.
It's full of Morgan.
And that's not good for me,
No.
or you, or us, or
The
anybody.
code is broke. Till next time, break it down.